Welcome. I'm so excited to be here with you live today to share something that I have been working on for years. This is something that is really a passion of mine, and I am so excited to finally be at this place to say, y'all come, let's get together and let's have a time of connection, a time of discovery, and a time of really moving your homeschooling forward into a place of enjoyment. Do we dare wish for enjoyment in our homeschooling? I sure hope so. I'm here announcing the details of Charlotte Mason Mastery Live. You can see where you can register down at the bottom. It'll be scrolling through this entire time. I am just overjoyed and bubbled with the opportunity to come and share with you the key aspects of the details of this. I'm going to walk you through the registration page so that you can actually see what it is that I've been working on for quite a few years and finally getting it to the point where it's ready for you. Well, it's not 100% ready, but it is almost there. And I'm real excited about introducing you to the method that has totally transformed our home, has transformed my motherhood and even our marriage. And here people think it's just for the academics of a child's education, and it's not. It is truly a method that will really bring joy to your home through smooth and easy days if you understand a lot of the core philosophies and get past the academics of it all. So let me introduce you one step at a time. First of all, it's called Charlotte Mason Mastery Live. And this is truly about mastering the skills of philosophies of Charlotte Mason. It goes beyond just that of academics, like I just mentioned. It really gets you to understand the core aspects of it and what it looks like in real life so that you can experience the smooth and easy days that I experience. So let me show you, first of all, the dates. These are the important things, and here's why. June 24th through 26th, I'll be going live, and not just live like I am right now, but I'm going to be going face-to-face live, meaning that the attendees, the speakers, are going to be able to come together face-to-face while we're teaching and being able to give those people the opportunity to feel like, although it's a virtual event, it's going to feel like an in-person event. And I'm so excited about there's so many moving pieces and tech and all that. And if you know about me, I am not a lover of tech, but I am a lover of what tech makes possible. And so June 24th through the 25th, I'll be coming live face-to-face through Zoom. There's no cost to our attendees to join. I cover all of that cost. And of course, the ticket price helps me do that, of being able to bring us all together in a almost feels like an in-person event. I've attended a couple of these and I absolutely love it. And if you're anything like me through this whole pandemic, you really miss these in-person events. I can't even begin to tell you how much I miss connecting with like-minded people in a way that will help me grow more knowledge, feel connected with people who speak my language, and get the ideas of those not just speaking, but those who are attending. And I've got you covered because this event has all of the beautiful effects of an in-person event, but without the travel, without the lodging, without all of the extra expense of traveling to get there and staying there. So this is the beauty of it. Now, let me talk a little bit about this live event, because some of you might be saying, well, you know what, I have a vacation June 24th through the 26th, or maybe we're still homeschooling, or maybe we have visitors. Whatever the situation, the best experience is going to be if you're live, because as I walk through this, I'm going to explain to you the live aspects of just why it feels like an in-person event. But the beautiful aspect is the general ticket comes with 14 days access, meaning that you can't make a session live and you can only make part of it. You can watch those replays within 4 hours is about the time it's going to take us to process and get it into the virtual venue for our attendees. So you skip a session here or there, it's okay. We've got you covered. But what I love about it too is maybe your spouse is working during the Thursday and Friday this event's going on. Maybe they want to catch up with you in the evening and you want to do it together. There are ways to do it. And so the general ticket comes with that 14-day access. Now, if you're like me and you want to replay things because you really want to master what you're learning, then you might want to consider the VIP. The VIP ticket gives you lifetime access to the replays. And I'm so excited because those who have the VIP ticket gets a little bit more than those coming in general. And I'll talk about that more when I get on the site to walk you through it. Now, what you might be wondering is, well, who is this for, Dolly? Well, I'm glad you asked. This is for a lot of different types of people. So if you're brand new to homeschooling and maybe you're intrigued about the Charlotte Mason way, maybe it's drawing you and you're really not sure if it's the right fit for your family. Well, what a better way to figure it out than come and be a part of this live experience and not just get my insights as someone who has used this method for 22 years from the very start of our beginning of homeschooling in 1999 when we started to homeschool our first child in kindergarten. So knowing that I've used it for that long, I know a thing or two about Charlotte Mason, but most importantly, so do our speakers. But let's not forget those who are going to be attending. Like I said, the most beautiful thing about an in-person event is being able to connect to others who speak your language, who knows your journey, who walks the journey with you. And those conversations you can have with each other are going to be scheduled into the agenda. And let me just tell you something. You are going to love this because if you're brand new to homeschooling or maybe brand new to Charlotte Mason and you really haven't had that full confidence to embrace this method, this conference can do that for you. And then if you have been using Charlotte Mason for a while and you're just not sure of what you're doing wrong, or maybe you're not doing right and you're getting there, but you're not getting the kind of results you expect because of what I've been telling you can experience or what you're seeing other people experience, I've got you covered there too. So if you're trying to embrace it and you're just nervous about committing to it because you really aren't sure of what it all entails, you really want to be here. Now, if you fall in my category that you absolutely fell in love with Charlotte Mason, which I did our very first year of implementing back in our 1999 to 2000 school year, I fell in love with her through the study of birds, which is why if you visit my site, you'll see a lot of nest and birds' eggs. It was through our nature study, being a city girl myself. I hated nature, but Charlotte Mason opened that door for me. So if you're like me and you absolutely love this method, then we want you there, not just to learn and make sure you're really getting that benefit of the whole aspect of Charlotte Mason from the core out, but also so that you can come alongside those who are new, those who are unsure of what they're doing, and help me help them by encouraging them along the way. We need each other. This homeschooling community is about one another. We should never homeschool alone. There's no reason to homeschool alone. So let's come together for these 3 days and really come alongside each other and support each other, regardless of where we are on the journey. Doesn't that sound exciting? I hope you guys are so excited like I am. I'm going to get in the comments really quick. Hello, Maureen. I'm so glad you're here. If you're here, say hello. Let me know what you're thinking about this because I'm telling you, I put some blood, sweat, and tears into this. And I'm so excited about finally having it public, finally being able to share with you what I've been pulling together for you. I know it's so hard for Charlotte Mason mamas to get away from home to experience a live event. And this is why I really wanted to bring it to you. And finally having the tech figured out, I can finally make my dream of this passion conference come to life. So why should you attend? Well, I'm glad you asked because let's face it, we have so many things we can be doing with life, including resting. But let's face it, we don't really rest that well, do we, mamas? I know this mama doesn't. But what I want you to know is you should be coming to this conference because most homeschoolers who are at some point embracing or implementing the Charlotte Mason way are often just focused on what Charlotte Mason calls the act of knowing. We're focused on more of the academics, of making sure we're appeasing those homeschool laws. And what happens when we do that is, even though our students may be straight A, maybe they're enjoying some things, they're really not getting the benefit of this method, of this philosophy, because you're missing that core. You're missing the important things as to why the act of knowing, the narration, the living books, the copy work, the nature studies, the biographies, why these things are important. If you don't understand those things, you're just appeasing Charlotte Mason, or you're appeasing homeschooling laws using Charlotte Mason. And Charlotte Mason warned us of this in her original writings. She literally said that a bona fide method like this can easily be turned into a system, a degenerated system, meaning it's losing its benefits because we only focus on the act of knowing. Those were not her exact words. I'm explaining it to you in the way to say that this is a step-by-step, proven and tested method that truly raises self-educating children that are prepared to take their place in society with their careers marked out for them. And what we don't realize is that when we are focused on appeasing the state laws, the homeschooling laws, we are falling into the trap of just appeasing them as a system. And we miss out on the method, all because we don't know or understand or are unsure of those core philosophies. So that's why you need to be here. The act of knowing is only when your child comes into play. The act of knowing is, what is it they're retaining? It's our ability to be able to actually evaluate and test the progress of our child's school. But if we don't have all the other things that lay the foundation before it, how good is their education? And I know if you're Charlotte Mason, if you're trying to do Charlotte Mason, you want a better education for your children. You want it to be better than yours. In order for that to happen, you must understand those core philosophies. You just must. And so that's why I'm doing this, is because I've seen so many homeschoolers who think they're doing Charlotte Mason, and who have really good kids who narrate like crazy, who really get this understanding of a whole lot of things. But at the end, do they really get to that place of taking their place in society with wholesome character and conduct and with their career marked out? And chances are it's not happening. I know I've seen it time and time again. And the reason is because those core philosophies are not there leading the way. So if any of this is resonating to you and saying, I don't know if I know those core, there's no other place to find it than at this event. And here, let me tell you about it. So let's cover the speakers and the topics. With that, I'm going to go and bring this up on screen with me, because I want you to really get a feel of what this is that I'm offering to you. So this is the only virtual Charlotte Mason conference that feels like an in-person event. I promise you that. So not only are you going to learn those core philosophies, you're also going to understand the mechanics of the method. Now, when I say mechanics, it's those key elements that are important to the act of knowing. So there's the philosophies, there are the mechanics of the philosophies of how to actually put them into your homeschooling. And then the act of knowing is the results of your efforts moving forward. So if you're struggling with those results, it's because you've missed the philosophies and you missed the mechanics of this method. So I want to definitely help you with that. And then giving you inspiration with supplying ideas and making connection in a like-minded community. So that's the key of this. And so we already covered the dates. Let me go over the agenda with you. So every day is the same type of agenda with a few tweaks here and there. But what I want you to understand is I believe in conversations. I don't know about you, but the things that I have happen in my life is influenced, and Charlotte Mason says this, is influenced through mind-to-mind ideas. And I'm going to get mamas together. So the lobby opens at 8 a.m. This is a virtual event. It's literally not clicking a link and getting in. You're getting into a virtual event. There are clicks inside the virtual event, one of which is the lobby. The lobby, you can meet up with friends. We're going to have a Facebook group so you can have conversations and say, hey, meet me in the lobby at this time and let's talk. Just like you would text a friend or someone you met in the hall and say, hey, do you want to meet up during this time? You can have breakfast, you can have lunches and dinners with people around the world in the lobby. And how fun is that? I mean, really, how fun is that? And then we're going to start the main sessions. So whenever you have main sessions, I want you to know I am teaching the main sessions. I have 12 of them. I'm going to walk through those in a second here. Then we're going to have breakout sessions. We have two different kinds of breakout sessions. One is teaching breakout sessions where I'm bringing in guest speakers who know what they're talking about. They're really focused on one aspect that is important to not just homeschoolers in general, but those who are trying to implement the Charlotte Mason way. So you'll have choices during this teaching breakout session to go ahead and check them out. Now listen, these are recorded. So that means you pick the one you need right now. And the thing that you need to get you moving forward and having clarity in your homeschooling, you pick that one right now. And then you'll have 14 days with the general ticket to watch the replays of the other one. Or if you invest in the VIP, you have lifetime to all of those other teaching breakout sessions. And I'm trying to add more as we're going through of having a whole lot of conversations. I'm just trying to make sure they are the right fit for this conference. So it's time consuming. Then we're coming back into the main session where I'm going to teach you that next step. All of these main sessions connect with the one before it. If you've ever gone through any of my training before, you know I connect the dots for you. There's no need to read all 6 volumes of Charlotte Mason and all of her other little writings here and there. I walk you through exactly what that looks like. So there's no stress over it. Then the Spotlight exhibit hall. I'm so excited about this. This is something I had to tweak, but here's the thing. You don't have to walk through the aisles of an exhibit hall. I'm going to help one exhibitor come in front of you, explain exactly how they can help your homeschool with their product. And here's the wonderful thing. These are going to be able to be recorded. So if you miss that time and you're really excited about a particular vendor or particular exhibitor, you can watch that replay. You can have your husband watch the replay before you make the decisions. I don't know about how you guys make decisions with homeschooling curriculum, but I know one thing. Years and years ago, my husband and I make those decisions together. And that has removed so much friction in our marriage. This is that way to end the friction, get on board together, and help to see what you need in your homeschool to be successful. So those are, we're adding more to. I'm in a lot of conversations right now, so I'm hoping to get more and more of those coming in. So just know this is going to be good. And then the connection breakouts. These are the things I'm so excited about because we're going to have topic discussions similar to a lobby where you can meet up with people, but they're going to be meetups that are topic related, meaning that, you know, I can pop one in and say, you may have just been learning about a teacher's role. So you might want to go in there and talk with each other about what that looks like and have conversations about what you're learning. Or we might throw in a few here and there that's about topics of like, got any resources your children's love? Or help me make a decision and what we should do in science. Being sure that you don't get swayed too much and you first do your research to know if it's right for your family. So as you can see, we're going to have 4 main sessions every day. I'm going to be teaching 4 sessions with you all that's going to walk you through those core elements. You're going to have teaching breakout sessions every day. You're going to have connecting breakout sessions every day where you get to the mamas and you hear the teachers, and then you're going to get in front of the exhibitors as well. All of these are face-to-face. All of these are recorded. All of these you'll have 14-day access or lifetime access depending on the ticket you purchase. Here's the thing. If you are a VIP ticket, you'll have full access for 24 hours For Thursday, Friday, as soon as we open, let's say, as soon as we open, you'll have 24-hour access, as well as all the way till we end. That VIP lobby is going to stay open. Why am I doing that? Because I don't need to be involved in your all's conversations. I want you guys to meet up, and I am well aware people across the world is going to come to this, and why not help them in their time zone to connect and have that lobby experience. So only VIP is going to be open 24 hours. So that is the agenda. I am so excited about it. You're going to learn about what time each of these things are once we open up the virtual venue and you get the workbook that helps you walk through the event. So be looking for that. So I've got you covered. If you can't make it live, we've got you covered with everything being replayable for 14 days or lifetime. Now, if you don't know anything about me, I have raised 4 children using this method, and I knew nothing about Charlotte Mason in 1999 in October when I came across and stumbled across Charlotte Mason when the first curriculum I chose was a bad mistake based on the well-meaning advice of friends. And what I found was that when I connected with Charlotte Mason, I never have looked back. And I have been a student of original writings for so long, all of these years, and I keep finding those nuggets. I keep repeating them because I find, oh, that's why I'm supposed to do it. I got to get better at this. And now I teach mamas the same thing. And I've been teaching mamas this for 4 years, and I love seeing the transformations. So I am well aware of the philosophies, and I don't want you guys to pick and pull apart. I want to walk you through exactly what you need to do in your homeschooling. So this is where it is. Day 1, we're going to focus on the core philosophies, 4 things that many people overlook and they don't understand. Have you ever been pulled back into the system because you feel like you're not doing enough, or your children are behind, or you just don't understand Charlotte Mason, so you go back to what you know? Well, I am going to teach you the philosophies that will finally break that pattern, that will finally help you to commit to Charlotte Mason, because then you'll start to say, now I got it. Now I can do this because I understand it. You're going to learn the soul ends of Charlotte Mason education. With these 4 things in place, you're going to be able to design your children's education, their character and their conduct, as well as their faith, and making sure that they're well prepared for when they take their place in society. But then we're also going to talk about the solution to endless friction in your homeschool. Are you experiencing any friction? I know I am. The more friction we have, the longer it's going to take you to experience smooth and easy days. I just know this from experience. And when I found Charlotte Mason, I can't even tell you the friction we had in our home. We had it in our marriage. We had it in our children against the sibling rivalry. We had it in parent and child. It was nonstop friction. And I can't say we're completely eliminated from friction, because there's not a perfect family, but I will tell you that when I follow these philosophies, I cannot begin to tell you how smooth and easy our days are. So this is why I keep reading them, is to be refreshed and reminded about how important they are. And then the pinnacle idea of Charlotte Mason is to raise self-educating children, which is completely different than straight A kids. So I'm going to explain what that looks like, what it isn't, and why it becomes that. So that's all in day 1, just the main sessions. And then day 2, I'm going to walk you through Charlotte Mason's core philosophy that breaks up teachers and children. And there are distinct differences between the two. So on day 2, we're going to start with the teacher's role in education. And there's one function of a teacher. And let me tell you, this function really leaves my client saying, that's a breath of fresh air right there. And so this one session alone would be worth far more than the VIP ticket. I'm telling you the truth. So I want you to make sure that you can show up live for that, or watch it as quickly as you can. And then design a wholesome character, or wholesome education. Charlotte Mason says that when we bring in a wholesome education. Character and conduct take care of themselves. Efficiency and ability take care of themselves. So we are so worried about all of these things, but if we do our due diligence in the beginning, we will be able to really help our children in all of those areas that matter to us. So I'm going to talk to you about designing that. And then the effectiveness of short lessons. I hear it time and time again. Our homeschool day goes forever. I don't understand short lessons. Well, I'm going to show you the effectiveness of them so that you can commit to doing these short lessons in your homeschool because they work. And when they work, your children are going to be more motivated in their homeschooling. And then this habit that so many people overlook because they're focused on the checklist, getting things done, appeasing homeschooling laws, but the perfect execution versus a grading system is something you want to understand because that'll really give you that ability to commit completely to Charlotte Mason and get that experience of what the Smooth and Easy Days does as it prepares your child to take their place in society. So then day 3, we're going to come back to the philosophies, but this time we're focusing on a child's education and their role. And so a lot of parents don't realize that there are things that children are not capable of. They don't realize it. And this makes it so much harder when you're trying to form habits, when you're trying to get things done, is once you understand that there's things they're not capable of, you'll take a step back and say, whoa, this is why I have this endless friction. They're just not capable of this. And then on the next one, I'm going to tell you, well, guess what, mamas? This is what they're capable of doing so that you can then have a clear, laid out thing. Child can't do this, but they can do this. And then your homeschool all of a sudden becomes smooth. And then empowering your child to take ownership of their education. This right here is the difference between a straight A student and that of self-educating, is that they're taking ownership. They understand and they become to be self-directing and self-managing of their things. It's a beautiful sight when you begin to experience it. And then lastly, I'm going to be teaching about preparing your teen to take their place in society. Now, this is so important because we're not just talking academics. We're talking character. We're talking conduct. We're talking faith and being able to pass on your faith, whatever that is, to your children to ensure that they carry on your principles as closely as possible so that when they leave your home, they don't leave your principles behind. So that's important. So who else is speaking and what else is being spoken of? Well, right now I have 6 speakers lined up for you, and all of them are really good at this. And some of these names you probably already have heard of. So Deshelle is going to be talking about add enchantment to your homeschool through literature. Now, if you know anything, let me pull these down so you can see their beautiful faces. If you know anything about Charlotte Mason, you must raise your children and foster imagination in them. And this is what I got so excited about Deshelle's topic, is because this will help you understand how to do that through their curriculum choices. So I'm real excited. And then Jeannie is going to be teaching 7 essential tools for developing self-motivated children. Who could use more self-motivation in their home? I know I can. Some days I need a little bit more. But she's going to show you 7 of those steps. And this is all about masterly inactivity and helping you to understand how to kind of let your children go the right way, securing that they will go the right way. And then Laura is going to be sharing, you are a born learner. It's time to live like one. This is one that we have to understand. Charlotte Mason says that children are born persons with the same capability of learning as adults. And Laura's going to nail that in her lessons and her session for you guys. And then I'm so excited to have Denise coming. Denise is going to be talking with you ladies about, or you families, about your kids getting paid to go to college and the myths that prevent it. I mean, imagine, she helps people make sure that their kids' education, further education, is actually paid for. And then on top of it, getting paid to go to college. That's a session you don't want to miss if you have college-bound children or expect them to be college-bound. And then Alicia. Alicia is a dear friend of mine, and she has a heart for moms. She knows how tiring the journey is as homeschooling. She has homeschooled her children, and she understands what that looks like. And so she's going to bring science and scripture together to help you manage for a calmer, more confident you. I can use more calm, and I surely can use more confident, and Alicia brings it to us. So this one is mostly for the mamas. Dads can actually benefit from this as well, but she speaks to women mostly. And then Andrea is going to come and talk about foreign language help so that you can understand how to bring Charlotte Mason, or how to bring foreign language into your homeschooling. She actually is a Spanish teacher, but she's speaking about foreign language itself. So they are the sessions. Now, let me talk. We have our spotlight exhibitors. There's going to be more coming, so be watching for more on that. And there's might be some more speakers coming too, so keep your eyes open. And then you decide the price for the ticket. Do you want to do $47 and just have 14 days, or do you want that $97 so that you can have lifetime access? Now, if you remember, I mentioned to you a bit about how with a VIP ticket, you get a little bit more. And so one of them I already told you is the 24 hours VIP lounge. For all 3 days. But then there's the Ask Dolly Anything session. So you're going to be able to come in face-to-face with me and ask me anything. I'm pretty sure I have an answer for almost everything, considering my 22 years of both reading her original books and implementing her strategies. So I haven't come across a question yet that I was stumped on. So you bring it, and you get to have experience of me coaching you through Charlotte Mason, and enjoy that time with me in there. Then I'm creating the Art of Reasoning blueprint. This blueprint is going to really help you to understand that Charlotte Mason says their children should be readers and thinkers. And children are not learning reasoning at all. So they graduate and they don't know how to reason their decisions and how to make decisions on their own. I'm going to walk you through step by step how Charlotte Mason really wants us to train our children in reasoning. And then, if that's not enough, I'm going to give you my top non-consumable resources that you're going to want to make sure is in your Charlotte Mason library at home. And then if you grab your ticket before tomorrow, which is June 10th at 10 a.m. Eastern time, so 10 and 10, think of that, I want you to know you get this absolutely free. Now, I am getting some emails already from ticket holders who are saying, what? I thought that was going to be an easy PDF, a very small PDF. No. This is 120 plus pages that are editable inside Adobe that will help you plan from kindergarten to high school and all aspects of Charlotte Mason. We're talking, your nature. We're talking about character. We're talking about living books and field trips, and every aspect you can think of is inside here. And you're going to get it absolutely free. And I sell it for $39 all the time. So you're going to get this absolutely free, as well as some emails telling you how to use it. So you don't want to miss that. Now, let me come back in and get into the comments and see. Hello, Sarita. Yes, I've missed it too. I've been working on this. So this is something that I have to just tell you, it's taken a lot of time. So this is why I have not been on the show. How is this going to add to those who are in the year program already? Sarita, this is completely different from anything that I am teaching. You want to be here. That's all I want to say is you definitely want to be here, because I've never taught these core philosophies in a step-by-step way for you to understand everything about it. These actually are some of the gray areas that my clients are having that going through, they're still struggling with processing, because the core philosophies are the key. And so planning academics is not the only thing. Being a consistent parent is not the only thing. We need to get this core aspect of our roles as teachers, our children's roles as in their own education, but also understanding those core things that lead to self-education. So it's what I teach inside my programs are all about planning and how the philosophies of Charlotte Mason is about the intellectual side of her philosophies. This is taking you way back where we're talking about really setting up so much of the atmosphere of the home so that the moms and the dads understand how their decisions are going to play out. So if you're a current client, let me just tell you this, you want to be here. So definitely make time for this. All right, so let me talk a little bit about this and help you to understand that how is this a virtual venue? You may have never attended one of these and it may be confusing. You might be thinking, do I have to be inside a Facebook group? No, you don't. But if you're inside the Facebook community, which is a separate part, it's inside the venue, I want you to think of the Facebook group as kind of like the communication hub inside the venue, the virtual venue. That's going to help you to say, hey, does anyone want to meet up at this time in the lobby and talk about something? So it's kind of like helping you build the connections outside of the agenda, right? So it will have that aspect. I'm going live inside Zoom. I want you there face-to-face with me. Well, if you can't be face-to-face, which I love face-to-face, by the way, this is why I love Zoom. I hate looking into my camera and talking, but it's what I have to do to help you. But at this event, it's not going to be that way. We're going to get face-to-face inside Zoom. You just need the free app on whatever device you plan on using. So it's important that you only use one device. So if you're going to use a laptop, don't pull it up on your phone too and be in two places. It causes a lot of feedback. So we're not going to encourage anyone to do that. Encourage them to only be on one device. Then I'm going to help you break out into you'll have different meetings, just like rooms. You're going to be going into different rooms inside this venue, virtual venue. And so it's going to feel very much like an in-person event, moving from one meeting room to the next. If you think about when you go into the main room and then you're like, oh, we got to go to a breakout session. You leave that room and you go into another. It's the same feeling. You're going to leave one Zoom meeting and go into the other Zoom meeting. So that's the beautiful aspect of it. I totally want you guys to get so excited about this because this will help you as you're processing your homeschooling decisions of the philosophy, making sure you have principles about your homeschooling, making sure that you have clarity around this whole thing that you are committed to and spending so much of your time and energy and finances behind. Do it right, do it well, and do it with the results that will give you smooth and easy days. So it's not just about planning your children's lesson plans and year syllabus. It's not just about training habits. It's not just about helping your children with ideas. It all starts with, why are you doing this? What's the purpose and how do you make it work, where it all comes together? And that's what this conference is about. So I'm so excited. Now, one last thing, I want you to know tickets are opened right now. You can go register and grab your ticket. And I hope you do, because I'm getting so excited. Cannot wait. My husband and my husband and my son, Matthias, are going to be the tech people. So they're going to be running all the cameras, because we all know I don't like that. They're going to be running the cameras and the TVs and all of that thing. We have a couple other team members that are going to be helping us during those days. But also, I want you to know, I'm going to be live. I'm going to be there. And I'm getting excited about it. It's like I'm going to able to go see hundreds of my favorite people in the world who speak my language. So you don't want to miss it. This is going to be amazing. So let's talk about missing it. How do you miss it? You don't get your ticket before June 21st at 10 p.m. Eastern Daylight Savings Time. I want you to know this is important. This is something that you need to do, because if you are homeschooling, you need to invest in you. You need to invest in understanding why you do homeschooling the way that you do. You have to understand why you're wanting your children to do certain things and how it all matters. Our children, when we give them math, they're sitting here and they're like, well, why do I need algebra? Well, if you don't know why you need to do certain things with Charlotte Mason, you're going to end up not doing them. And that's the thing I want you to realize, that when you know why you're doing something and how it works and how it plays together with different things in your homeschooling, you then become motivated to keep doing it. You then say, this is worth the effort because of the reward that's going to come from it. And that's what a lot of people, why they start Charlotte Mason and they go right back to the system, the teaching system, or why they take the act of knowing, the narration, the dictation, the copy work, the living books. They take them thinking they're doing Charlotte Mason. And all they're doing is requiring the act of knowing from their children without that foundation. And that's why I'm teaching 12 sessions. That's why this is here, is because if you don't have those 12 things connected to each other, you're going to only think that homeschooling is all about the act of knowing and planning those active knowings, when it's not. So you want to make sure you're there. Sarita says, okay, thank you. When we buy the all access, will it be added to our library? You're talking into the hub. Yes, if you get the VIP, it'll be inside the Charlotte Mason Mastery Hub.com. So when you get in there, you'll be able to click in and have it. It will not be open to attendees until June 22nd. So the doors to the venue will open 2 days early. Unlike if you were going to an in-person event, you'll be able to come in, you'll be able to get your swag bag. Oops, I may have slipped something. Anyways, you showed up live, you got a little input. So you'll be able to get that. You'll be able to get your workbook, get it printed out. There's a few extra special things that will help you that you might want to get involved in. So those doors to the virtual venue opens up on the 22nd, but you're going to want to get your tickets before that, because we're sending out one email to get everybody in at the same time. Rather, you're getting in just into the general, or if you're going to have access to get into the VIP as well. So I am so excited. I hope you can feel the excitement that I'm coming. This has been a long time planning, and to have it this close. I mean, we're just days away from welcoming you all in to what we've been working on, and I cannot wait. So get your ticket. Once you get your ticket, you can actually become an affiliate and spread the word with us and have your friends come with you as well. So no one should learn alone is my motto, and I hope that you bring your friends along. So definitely grab your ticket. Definitely come and make it every effort to show up live. You will not be disappointed. If you miss something here and there, you're going to have the replays. So just know that. But there's nothing like connecting in live with the very people that are your people. And that's what I want you to know. We're going to be speaking your language for 3 full days. You will leave this completely re-energized and refocused on why you're choosing Charlotte Mason, or why it attracts you. If you're brand new and you're just not sure, there's no better way to test out a method than through this conference. So if you have new homeschooling friends, this is where they should be. And that way they'll know, do I really want to do Charlotte Mason or not? So yes, Sarita, I am so excited. I just cannot wait. And to get face-to-face with my people, you know I love that, because that's how I coach. So I'm so excited about it. All right, if you have any questions, let me know at info@charlottemasonmastery.com. You can respond on this video, or you can just post anywhere, send me a message in Messenger, whatever. I'm here to help you decide if this is right for you. For $47, I don't know how it's not. For $97 for lifetime with extra special time with me and some other amazing resources, it just cannot be the wrong choice. All right, you all, I am so glad you showed up. Thank you for interacting with me. It always makes it so much easier to talk into my camera. All right, y'all, have a wonderful day, and I hope to see you June 24th through the 26th at Charlotte Mason Mastery Live. This is our first of many to come, so don't miss it. Bye for now.